this is Sylvia. Welcome back to my lifestyle channel. So today I thought I'd come back with my little box of essential goodies, meaning essential oils that I have, and talk about some applications. So it's been a while since I last uploaded a video in my series on essential oils. You guys know that I'm a big believer in essential oils, and the last time I talked about the basic care kit. So I talked about 10 different essential oils that everyone should have at home. Everyone who's interested in using an essential oils, those are the top 10 oils you should have at home. And you can use them for so many different things. And today I am back to let you know what you can use those essential oils for, how you can blend them together to get the best benefit out of those. So let's talk about some things that you can treat with thyme essential oil. So this is one of the top 10 oils you should have at home. Not everybody knows this kind of oil. You know, there are other oils that get a lot more coverage, like lavender and chamomile and things like that. If you mix this with other oils, you can actually treat a lot of different conditions with this. Oh, and before I get further into this video, I just want to have a full disclosure here. You guys know I'm not a doctor, not a medical doctor. Everything I know about essential oils was through self-study and self-practice. So I'm just sharing my knowledge here. So if you have a serious health condition that you're looking to treat, then maybe you should visit your doctor first. Now let's dive in with thyme essential oil. Thyme essential oil, if you mix this, for example, with an eucalyptus oil, I have organic eucalyptus oil right here, and cardamom, for example. So these are three of the oils. So I buy my oils from different manufacturers, but I really like the Gaia Labs, but I also like the Plant Therapy. I like organic oils. Plant Therapy has a lot of organic products. So I list a couple of options down below in case you want to look them up. But yeah, so I have these three oils. I have cardamom here, I have thyme, and I have eucalyptus. So if you mix these three together, and then you dilute it by adding maybe 3 to 5 drops of a carrier oil, such as almond oil. I really like almond oil a lot, but you can also use other carrier oils. And then if you apply this mixture over, by the way, we're talking about abdominal pain still. So if you apply this mixture over your abdomen, so either your lower abdomen if you have lower pain, and if you rub it in on your lower abdomen, you apply this oil, rub it in a clockwise motion, and that should help you relieve the pain. Now, if you have upper pain, that of course can have different causes, and for that I would recommend using cardamom again. That is a good oil. And I talk about more in detail about these 10 different oils of the basic care kit in my other video, which I will link up here in the corner if you want to watch that. But I'm just giving you some suggestions here on how you can blend these 10 different oils together for different conditions you may want to treat, right? So use cardamom. That's always a good one for abdominal pain, either upper or lower. And then you mix that with peppermint oil. Let me see if I have that here too. You know, when I moved, one of my oils actually broke, and it may have been the peppermint oil. Oh, you know what? Peppermint is such a great oil that I actually have a really big bottle of it because I use it so much. I love the peppermint. It has a really good smell to it. So yeah. So this is my peppermint oil, and then you mix this. You take one drop, just one drop, because it's very intense. You use 3 drops of your cardamom, and then you use chamomile, which I have here too. I just saw it. I have the Roman chamomile here, and you just use 2 drops of this. Blend these essential oils together, and then also dilute that by adding 3 to 5 drops of the almond oil. Apply this mixture over the painful area. So we're talking about upper abdominal pain. and rub it in a clockwise motion. In case you're wondering how I blend my oils together, of course you're going to need a dropper bottle like this. So I have plenty of these bottles all over my house. It's got to be, of course, it's got to be a dark colored glass bottle, so it's not exposed to light too much, so it'll block out some of the light. So these brown bottles are really good. You can also use a dark blue bottle. They sell them in blue too. I will link a couple of options down below. And then the way I mix it is I actually have some of these tiny little funnels here that you can insert into these bottles, and then you can add it very easily. You can add your essential oils to that, and even the carrier oil. It's very easy to blend. But I will demonstrate that in just a couple of minutes here when I mix my oil that I want to use today. Now, a lot of times we get abrasions, blisters, burns, insect bites, even splinters, any kind of skin irritations like skin conditions that we want to treat directly on the skin. For this, I would recommend that first you clean the area, of course, and then you know what? Lavender is a very good option for that. So you know, lavender gets a lot of coverage. Very, very popular for many different things. I use lavender all the time. In fact, I'm almost out. I need to reorder this. Lavender is great. So the way you would want to use the lavender oil on these kind of skin conditions, the abrasions, the blisters that you may have, right? Maybe insect bites that kind of are itchy. So first you clean that area with warm water, to which you add 5 drops of lavender oil. So you use that. You clean the area, and then you just add 1 drop of lavender oil to that area and just rub it or tab it in. Don't rub it, just tab it in, right? But if you apply this to a blister, just be careful that you don't break the surface of the blister. Just put it on top of the blister and very carefully tap it onto the blister. Don't break it. Also for minor burns, if you have minor burns, of course you would first want to apply ice cold water for at least 10 minutes. So wherever you got your burn, hold it under ice cold water for 10 minutes, right? And then 2 drops of lavender, of undiluted lavender oil directly onto that area of your burn, right? Onto your burn. And then you put 5 drops of lavender oil onto a dry, cool compress and cover the area, right? So if you have a stinger, you can also use lavender oil. First, you would use a tweezer, pull out the stinger, and then put some undiluted lavender oil onto this area. Now, if you have a splinter, same thing, right? You use a sterilized needle. In this case, you try to get the splinter out with a pair of tweezers or with a needle. And then when the whole splinter has been removed, you just apply 1 drop of undiluted lavender oil. So there are so many ways you can use lavender oil. I would really recommend having it at home at all times. Now, if you have bruises, I also have a solution for you. If you hit yourself, you got a bruise, and I have that a lot. I have bruises all the time. So what you want to do is you need 2 bowls of water. You take one bowl with hot water or very warm water and 1 bowl with cold water. And then you put 2 drops of lavender oil into each bowl. Then you put 3 drops of rosemary. Okay, so I think the oil that broke during my move was the rosemary oil because I can't find that. So what you would need for bruises is 2 drops of lavender oil, 3 drops of rosemary oil, which I will have to reorder because I lost mine, and then geranium. Let me show you geranium. I've talked about that a lot too in my last video. So I have geranium. So this is also a very, very good oil for a lot of things. So you put 1 drop of geranium into each bowl, 1 bowl with warm water or hot water, 1 bowl with cold water, and then you just soak a washcloth in each bowl, and then you apply them alternatively to the bruise and the surrounding area. So, right, you switch. And then after that, you apply a small amount of 2 drops of geranium oil which is this, 2 drops of rosemary oil and 1 drop of lavender oil. Now let's talk about sinus congestions. A lot of people suffer from those. So the way you would treat a sinus congestion is through steam inhalation. So you would use a bowl, right? So you blend the following essential oils together and use 3 to 4 drops in a bowl of hot water. And then you would inhale the steam for at least 10 minutes. So keep your eyes closed during the time. You can put a towel over your head just to keep the steam inside that area. So just to make sure that you inhale a lot of that steam. And what you do for the steam inhalation is you use rosemary, 2 drops. You use peppermint, 1 drop. You use tea tree, which I have too. Tea tree is a great oil too. 1 drop of tea tree oil. What else we got? Then you use eucalyptus oil, cardamom, and cardamom. So eucalyptus, 1 drop, cardamom, 2 drops. So again, sinus congestion, the steam inhalation method, right, with hot water. So you put 2 drops of rosemary in the hot water, 1 drop of peppermint, 1 drop of tea tree, 1 drop of eucalyptus, 2 drops of cardamom, and then you inhale it for 10 minutes. But you can also do a chest drop if that feels better to you. So for that, you would also use, 2 drops of tea tree, 2 drops of rosemary, 5 drops of eucalyptus. And you know what? I'm out of eucalyptus as well. I definitely have to reorder some of my essential oils because I just realized I'm out of a lot of things here. Okay, so 5 drops of eucalyptus and then 1 drop of the oil I talked about earlier, the thyme oil, right? Oh, I got my eucalyptus right here. And then 1 drop of thyme oil, and you mix that together, and you can dilute it by adding 3 to 5 drops of a carrier oil, or you could also use aloe vera gel, and then you rub that onto your chest. So these are the things for a sinus congestion. What else can you treat with the 10 oils you have in your basic care kit? Chapped lips. So if you have chapped lips, you can also try to add 2 drops of chamomile roman and 2 drops of geranium. You mix that with 2 teaspoons of aloe vera gel. So I use that a lot because I have dry lips a lot. So I either use 1 drop of lavender, and sometimes when my lips actually get chapped, I use the aloe vera gel, and I add 2 drops of chamomile and 2 drops of geranium. So that is for chapped lips. So another thing you may have to deal with on your lips are fever blisters or cold sores, right? Those are really ugly and difficult to treat sometimes. It takes forever for them to heal up and go away, right? You have a cold sore around your mouth, or you feel like you might be getting one. You know, sometimes you can feel that in advance. So use a cotton swab and put 1 drop of geranium oil on it, and then apply that directly to the sore. So that is great for cold sores or fever blisters. And then you repeat that several times a day, and also apply the following body oil all over the whole torso, including the neck. So seriously, try that, not just on the lips, but do that on your whole body. So what you would do is you would make a big mix. So you just use a bottle, right? Bottle like this, and add 10 drops of geranium oil, 10 drops of lavender oil, 2 drops of thyme, and 8 drops of lemon oil. So I have lemon oil too, I think. Yeah. So lemon oil smells really, really good. I have a bigger bottle of lemon oil. So if you feel like a fever blister is coming, dilute these essential oils, the 4 oils I just mentioned, with 2 tablespoons of a carrier oil, and apply that all over your body, or your torso, I mean, not all over. Well, you can, but just focus on the torso and also your neck, right? So that helps too. Now, it's the end of September, and many of us may be getting a cold in the next few months because it's just that time of the year, right? So what can you do if you get a cold? You can use over-the-counter medication, or you can try essential oils first. So what you would do with essential oils is you would blend the following essential oils together and use 3 to 4 drops in a hot bath first. So take a hot bath with 3 to 4 drops of the essential oil blend I'm going to tell you about in a minute. So, and then also dilute that with a little bit of carrier oil. Then you would just lie back in your bath and inhale the aroma. So what oils do you use for that? So use thyme again, our number one favorite today, a thyme oil. See, you can use this for so many things. Then use tea tree oil. 2 drops of thyme oil, 2 drops of tea tree oil, 1 drop of eucalyptus, 3 drops of geranium, and 3 drops of cardamom. So mix these together. Use 3 to 4 drops, right? But also dilute it with a little bit of a carrier oil. Put it in a hot bath and just inhale that. And that is really going to help if you have a common cold. Now, constipation. Yeah, I have a solution for that too. So what you would do is, every constipation can have many different causes, of course, and in some cases, massages can help. So if you massage your stomach, always massage in a clockwise direction over the lower abdomen. If you have constipation, the lower abdomen. So for that, you can use the following oil blend, right? You just make up the following blend using a small amount of this blend three times a day. So you would use, and I'm gonna actually make this blend right now with you guys. So I use an empty bottle. If you reuse, of course you can reuse your bottles, but make sure you clean them very well. I also sterilize them in boiling water for a couple of minutes, right? So what you do is, I'm putting a little funnel in here. Then you would add 15 drops of rosemary. And, do I have rosemary? I think I'm out. Okay, you know what, guys? I was gonna make this oil with you guys for the constipation because I wanted to use it. But it requires 15 drops of rosemary. And I just told you guys that my rosemary oil broke. My bottle with rosemary oil broke during my move. So I actually don't have it. So I can't make this right now until I reorder my rosemary oil. So let me just tell you how you would do that. 15 drops of rosemary oil, 10 drops of lemon oil, and 5 drops of peppermint oil. So you blend this together and then you dilute that mixture by adding 3 to 5 drops of a carrier oil, or you can also use aloe vera gel. So that helps you to rub that onto your lower abdomen. So moving on to another condition that many of us will probably get in the fall, and that's a cough. So first I have a mixture or a blend recommendation for you guys for dry cough, but I've also made a video for several things you can do to heal a dry cough. I will link it up here in the corner. But if you want to do essential oils, you can do the following. You just mix 3 drops of eucalyptus oil, and then we're going to come back to our favorite oil of the day, the thyme oil. You use 2 drops of that. You blend these 2 oils together and then dilute it by adding 4 to 5 drops of a carrier oil. Again, you can use almond oil or any other carrier oil. And then you apply a small amount to your back and your chest at least twice a day. You could also do a steam inhalation for a dry cough. So for this, you would add 3 drops of lavender oil and 3 drops of eucalyptus radiata. So that is for a dry cough. Now, if you have a cough with a mucus, you would use a steam inhalation method that works best. Use 2 drops of eucalyptus oil, use 2 drops of thyme oil, use 1 drop of tea tree oil and 1 drop of geranium. And you blend these together, dilute them by adding 6 drops of the carrier oil. Then you would massage a small amount over your back and your chest at least twice a day, or use that for steam inhalation, like I said. Now let's move back to the skin again. Something I forgot to mention earlier when I was talking about insect bites and all of these things. What if you have cuts, right? Cuts and wounds on your skin. For that, you can take a bath in some oils, right? You can, let's say, you have a cut on your arm or your fingers. You could either, well, I would recommend if it's on your hand, if it's just a small area and you can just put your hand in a bowl, then I would just add 5 drops of lavender oil and two drops of tea tree oil. If you have a cut somewhere on your leg that is hard to place in a container, so you just add the oils to your bathtub and lay in your bathtub for a while. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is laryngitis or a sore throat. That's something I used to deal with a lot when I was younger. I wish I would have known this awesome blend. So for laryngitis or a sore throat, if you have that, you could do the following blend. You could use 2 drops of chamomile, 3 drops of lavender, and 2 drops of thyme. Works wonders. So the way you would use this blend is to inhale it, right? So don't drink it. I've talked about this before. Most of these essential oils you can't ingest. They're just for external use, right? So for the laryngitis and sore throat, really just inhale it. So you would inhale the steam through your nose, right? Keeping your eyes closed. Every time you use a steam inhalation, try to keep your eyes closed and don't inhale through your throat. I know you may want to think, that, oh, my throat hurts and I have to inhale through my throat to make it work. No, you don't. Inhale through your nose. You could also apply a small amount of the following oil over your sore throat, so over your throat and behind the ears as well. So for that, use the chamomile, but here use 5 drops instead of 2. Use 2 drops of lemon and then 1 drop of thyme. By the end of the winter, your thyme will be gone because you've been using it so much. So nosebleeds. Maybe some of you have to deal with regular nosebleeds, occasional nosebleeds. First thing you do is pinch the nostrils and then inhale the following essential oils from a tissue. Put the essential oils on a tissue. I don't have a tissue right now, but put it on a tissue. Use 3 drops of lemon and 1 drop of lavender. Inhale it, nosebleed will stop. Now, what if you have an ear infection? Let me tell you, essential oils are also safe for children. So I know kids have a lot of ear infections. What you want to do here is warm a teaspoon of olive oil. Take a teaspoon of olive oil, warm it up a little bit, add to it 3 drops of tea tree oil, 2 drops of lavender oil, and blend this well. Then you soak a piece of cotton in this mixture, wring out any excess, and gently place it in your ear. So you can do this to kids too if they have an ear infection. You can also use the following blend to massage around your ear, up the neck, and across the cheekbones. So for this, you would use 2 drops of tea tree oil, 2 drops of thyme, and 2 drops of lavender oil. You blend these together and dilute them by adding 4 to 5 drops of a carrier oil, right? What about headaches? Now, headaches can have different causes as well. There are different types of headaches. As you guys know, there are nervous headaches, tension headaches, and things like that. But there are several essential oils in the basic care kit that I talked about in my last video that can really help ease headaches. But since headaches arise from a variety of causes, there are different blends that you should be using. So for general headache with no apparent cause, just massage around the temple and the base of the skull, along the hairline, with 1 drop of the following combination of oils diluted with 1 drop of carrier oil. So take 1 drop of carrier oil, add 3 drops of lavender oil, and 1 drop of peppermint oil, and massage that around your temples, right, and along the hairline. Now, if you have a nervous headache or a tension headache, here you should also massage around the base of your skull, right, back here, along the hairline, with the following blend. So take 3 drops of lavender oil, but instead of peppermint oil, you would add 1 drop of chamomile. Now, how about heartburn? We can treat that too with a basic care kit. you would just drop the following blend over your upper abdomen this time. 3 drops of cardamom and 2 drops of peppermint, and then dilute this with 4 to 5 drops of a carrier oil. That's all you have to do. So this covers pretty much all of the applications I have for you guys using the 10 oils from the basic care kit I introduced a couple of months ago. There are many more things you can treat with the basic care kit. I can't really cover everything because then this video is going to be 5 hours long or something like that. But as you know, essential oils, they can treat a lot of different things. And if you only want to buy like a small number of essential oils and you don't want to get a whole selection, you know, I have a really small selection of essential oils. I don't have a big kit. I basically just have the basic care kit that I talked to you guys about, and then I have a few extra ones. But that's really, for the most part, that's all you need. Those 10 basic care oils that can treat so many things and can help relieve so much discomfort and so much pain. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'd be happy to answer your questions about this. I hope you will give essential oils a try. I think they're fantastic. They help for so many things, and they're a small investment, and they don't really have any side effects. And yeah, I hope this video helped you guys. And if you liked it, if you enjoyed watching it, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, a big thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. And then I will see you in my next video. Bye.